Cover your ears, darling.
Wid Yi.
We're back!
We're back! Yay!
Like the Cookie Monster and Elmo, we are back.
Yeah, one cookie.
That's a count.
It is.
Elmo talk like that.
I'm amazed you can still do Elmo's voice. That's quite a high pitch.
I can do Elmo. Elmo like to talk like that.
Cookie Monster talk like that.
I can't do the count was more like one penis. Two penis.
Which version of The Count were you watching? Was he even called The Count?
No, it was called Seaman Street, not Sesame Street. It was a porn version, to be honest. You know when you see like Kermit the Frog getting it on with the
Sharon from Eastenders.
It could be Sharon from Eastenders in the Big Bird costume. I don't know.
No, I was meaning Kermit and Sharon from Eastenders, because Sharon... Have you ever seen Sharon from EastEnders and Miss Piggy in the same room together?
Can't say I have.
There we go. I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. I don't know.
While you were making funny noises...
Oh, yeah.
I was just reading about this on Google. Apparently, you know how you can use AI to create picture scenes?
Aye, just junk.
What would Arnie do if he was going shopping at Aldi, that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah, Terminator opening a really big jar of pickles or something like that.
Like really random stuff that you'd never think about.
Yeah.
Apparently, Google now have an AI service. In fact, maybe it's not Google. There's an AI service available where you can create your own TV show.
Oh, no. What the hell can we make this about then?
The Count opening a jar of pickles on behalf of Arnie.
What about Batman with his feet stuck in a pair of giant clogs while the Joker runs rampage and he's frantically trying to Google his way through Google to find a way to unglue his feet from these clogs?
On the subject of Batman and Joker, I watched this thing. It was really random. And it was like a behind-the-scenes making of The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Now, you know the scene when Heath Ledger runs out of the hospital and the hospital's about to explode?
Yeah.
And he's sitting there in the nurse's uniform looking really, really weird. And he presses the detonator for the bomb.
And nothing happens.
Yeah. Apparently that was legit what happened, and he had to improv that whole
he did.
shrugging the shoulders thing.
It started exploding. Then when he pressed the button and nothing happened, and then he pressed it again and he shrugged his shoulders. What's going on? He had to do something to stay in character, and then kaboom. Because it was one of those one-take only things.
Because they genuinely, that wasn't CGI. I would have assumed that was CGI, but it wasn't. They genuinely blew up an old building. Yeah,
done up as a hospital. I think it was a car park or something that they had. I don't know, but...
I was really impressed with that. So what you're saying is we would use AI to generate a TV show where Batman wears clogs.
Yeah, I see no problem with this.
Can you elaborate?
Well, Batman's a clever bloke, right? He's the world's greatest detective. He's a very intelligent guy, but his feet are stuck in clogs. So the name of the film is Clever Clogs. That's it.
That's actually not bad.
We'll just call it Clever Clogs. And the Joker's running rampage, but he's running about in these really heavy weighted 3-ton clogs, and he's just sat there at the side of the road on his phone going, the bat phone. He's got the bat phone out and he's just trying to Google, how do you thin out glue? I don't know.
Is this like the camp 60s Batman? When you start talking about some of this, I'm imagining, what's his face, Burt...
Adam West.
No, the other guy, the guy that played Robin.
Burt Lancaster or something his name was.
Was it Burt Lancaster? Yeah.
Burt something.
I'm imagining some little shorter version of Batman. You know, the guy who didn't get to be Batman, you're on the maybe list guy. You know, he's also running round in clogs, going, oh, what's going on, Batman?
No, I'm thinking more like the proper Batman. It's super, super serious, which makes it even more bizarre.
Oh, you don't have Christian Bale Batman.
I'm thinking more Michael Keaton Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Who else was it that was Batman in the 90s that was surprisingly good? George Clooney.
Really? The bat nipples?
I mean, I haven't watched any George Clooney Batman. I'm going on the reviews. Everyone seemed to love him.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he was too chiseled to be Batman.
I mean, he'd be kind of almost like the camp kind of Adam West kind of, hey there, I'm Batman.
No, he just spoke in his regular voice.
Really?
I'm George Clooney and I'm Batman. That was more Morgan Freeman, I know, but he just, I'm fresh off the set of VR. I got paid a quarter of what Arnold Schwarzenegger did, and even he couldn't save that turkey of a film.
Wasn't Morgan Freeman in the Dark Knight trilogy?
Yes, he was.
And Michael Caine as well.
Michael Caine.
I'm only going to blow the bloody doors off.
I'm only going to blow the Batmobile to bits, ain't I? I can't do Michael Caine. It just sounds like generic Cockney. Apples and pears.
Why isn't it any time anyone says Cockney, the first thing you come
Apples and pears, stairs.
Treacle, darling. Treacle.
Dustbin lids, kids.
Wid Yi.
This AI, by the way, they've called it showrunner. I can't think of that without thinking it's going to be somebody who's going, quiet please, quiet. Apparently, it says here it's going to let users generate episodes with prompts which could be an alarming next step or a fleeting novelty. This is like the Daily Mail, that time they said, the internet's never going to catch on.
Do you want to know what I'm thinking? I mean, you've got all this, you can make a TV show out of nothing, and you've got all this. What the hell's going to happen when Skynet takes over? Are we going to be forced to watch repeats of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or whatever? That was a George Clooney film.
Maybe that's how Skynet kills us, with boredom. Here's another episode of Homes Under the Hammer.
Oh, here's another episode of Home Improvement without Tim Allen.
It'll be like when Dave showed nothing but Top Gear.
That was actually when Dave was good. Do you remember that? None of this James Acaster pish that you get these days.
I can't say I've watched Dave in a long while.
No, they just throw Greg Davis at everything like Comedy Central throws Jimmy Carr at everything.
Yawn. Right, let's do one.
So here you go. Martin.
Is this AI related?
No, it's not AI related, but okay. Would you go to a public seated place like a park or a restaurant or something, make constant eye contact with a stranger, and then slowly eat a banana without breaking said eye contact for 20 quid? However, it's a 20 quid extra bonus if you manage to finish the banana.
So hang on, I could be sat in
Go with a cafe. You're sat in a cafe.
Okay.
And there's some random guy at another seat, at another table, and he's sitting there drinking his Starbucks for name of Skeletor or whatever. And then you just make eye contact. Then you slowly peel your banana and you slowly eat it without breaking eye contact.
So it's not like eating it like it's my lunch and I'm against the clock here. This is like
you're just slowly, seductively eating this banana as if you're eating it for the shape and not for the flavour. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about here.
They're not playing funky music while this goes down, are they?
Well, funky music might be playing in his head because he might be enjoying it. That's why I'm saying it's an extra 20 quid if you manage to finish the banana and he's constantly looking at you. He's not like, after the first bite, he's not going, oh, Jesus, I'm not looking at this. And he turns his chair away and just starts going away like that because, making anything to get away. But no, he's enjoying it and he's just, oh, that guy's eating a banana. I'm going to give him my card.
Is there danger money if it goes horribly wrong?
How can this go horribly wrong?
Well, what if he enjoys watching me slowly munch on a banana?
Then you get 40 quid. You finish your banana and you walk away.
What if he doesn't let me walk away? What if this leads to something?
Then you're in for the night of your life. You'll be eating another banana by the sounds of things.
I don't like bananas anymore.
Oh, you don't like salty bananas?
No.
You can pretend it's just like a big caramel suki.
Right, okay, so this has to be a public...
Yeah, so I'll read it again. Go to a public seated place, make eye contact with a stranger and slowly eat a banana without breaking said eye contact. If you do that, you get 20 quid. But if you finish the banana, it ups to 40 quid.
You see, I think if you did that in front of a lady, that would be considered really creepy and intimidating.
It might be really creepy and intimidating to a guy as well. I mean, I would be a bit creeped out. If you started eating a banana, I'd be a bit creeped out. However, if you ate a Toblerone, I'd be, oh, Martin. Ooh, Swiss bliss.
Well, we know what gets you going, don't we? Right, I'll tell you what, as long as it's not near where I live, as long as this can be anywhere in the world.
Just a public seated place.
What about Edinburgh?
No, why do you think you'll get constant eye contact in Edinburgh? What are you saying about the people of Edinburgh?
Have you never been there when the Fringe is on?
Yeah, okay, but...
I kind of feel like the eyes are watching me when I go down to Edinburgh. I don't know why.
Well, it's either that or the eyes are watching the people dressed up as penguins or something down the Royal Mile, just on unicycles or whatever the hell they're doing.
The times I've been to Edinburgh when the Fringe is on, which I must admit isn't that often.
I go quite often.
I kind of feel like, the locals are looking out and going, right, is that a celebrity? Is that a celebrity? Am I going to be watching them tonight at a club? I can't think of a club in Edinburgh apart from the Furry Triangle.
That's not a club, that's an area. I don't even know if it's still a thing, that.
But the point remains, if you go to Edinburgh, I think you'd probably get away with that.
You reckon?
I think so.
So what are you going to call your show? The Banana Show? Where's Martin sticking a banana today? Oh, it's in his mouth. Tune in tomorrow when he comes in with KY jelly. And his voice goes up like that. Because he's got a banana up his bum. We'll call it Bum Bum Banana Show.
You almost sound like Mrs. Doubtfire there. Hello, kids.
Hello there, my pretties. Help is on the way, dear. Now, that's Mrs. Doubtfire 2, the sequel that never happened. How Robin Williams got that voice, he just put his hand up the skirt. I went, oh, how am I going to do this? I'm Robin Williams. I can't do a Robin Williams voice, but here I am, and oh, help is on the way, dear.
It was a run by fruiting.
Oh, he was hit by a Guinness truck.
I don't know, like, half of me is thinking this is a really, really dumbass idea, and the other half of me is thinking, well, got an MOT bill to pay.
Yeah, 40 quid won't even, well, cover most of an MOT if you've got no repairs.
As long as there's not a banana up my exhaust.
Anyway, would you do it or would you not?
As long as it's not within 20 miles of home, I'd give that a go.
Wid Yi.
I'm now dreading my next trip to Edinburgh because even if I don't sit somewhere with a banana in my hand, I'm going to be thinking, what would Gardner do?
Do you want to know something?
What?
I'm tempted to buy you a bus ticket to Edinburgh and a bunch of bananas and just see what happens.
You know, it'd be even funnier than that is just doing it on the megabus and then getting on the next megabus home once I get to Edinburgh.
Well, actually, public seated place could be a bus.
Yeah.
If you're on a long
how
bus,
awkward.
how awkward would it be if you're on a bus and there's no way you can get off this thing?
Right, my turn. This one, by comparison to eating bananas, sort of
Seductively and
provocatively,
slowly. Right.
or Toblerone. This one's actually, I think this is quite tame by comparison.
Okay.
This has got, I already think you're going to agree to this. Do I have enough money on me to make this happen? I think I do. Here's your Wid Yi.
Here's my Wid Yi.
Would you dress in a top hat and cape, hide in an industrial bin,
Yeah.
and jump out on the next person to empty the bin for £40?
That's going to be the easiest 40 quid I'll ever make.
It gets better.
Oh, right.
There's another bonus top-up.
Right.
There's an extra 40 quid bonus if you do it the day before the bins get emptied by the binman.
Oh, so there's going to be all sorts of shit in there.
Could you then?
Oh, does this mean I'm going to have to do a whole stakeout on the back of a shop or a baker or something like that
I
and
think
find
it
out when the
does.
bins get emptied? And this is going to take more than just dress up in a top hat and a cape and go and jump out in the bin and go, you know.
You know, it'd be slightly creepier than that is if you just jumped out and went, hiya!
Could you imagine if it was Slash from Guns N' Roses just breaking into the Sweet Child of Mine riff? So someone's going to empty the bin, opens up, and out comes Slash. I
don't think that's the kind of Slash most folk are used to emerging from wheelie bins, in fairness.
No. But
So 40 quid
40 quid.
to jump out on the next person to empty the bin, it says. I guess you could also wait for someone to chuck something in, because it's an industrial bin.
Well, yeah, just anyway. Well, actually,
The next person to lift the bin lid, let's reframe it.
I'm going to actually have to throw this in. If it's an industrial bin, are half of them not compactors?
I don't think they do. I think they compact when they go into the truck, do they not?
No, some of them have compactors on site. So if I go hide in the bin and somebody comes along and says, I'll just compact it now, I'm dead.
Well, no,
It's worth it for a laugh. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the risk is there, but I'll probably still do it.
Have you ever read the book Flat Sam? Now, I think...
Is that Flat Stanley?
Flat Stanley, yeah.
Flat Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Flat Stanley.
Isn't it like a bookcase or something falls on him and he suddenly becomes like paper thin?
I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
I feel like I owe it to us to Google this just now. For years I've been calling him Flat Stanley. No wonder no one else has ever heard of this bloody book.
Well, no, you called him Flat Sam.
Yeah.
That's a nightclub in Dundee, or it used to be.
No, that's Fat Sam's.
Yeah,
close.
well, come on, that's how you get confused.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Flat Stanley is an American children's book written by the author Jeff Brown. The idea for the book began as a bedtime story for Brown's sons. My God, he's trying to send them off to sleep with nightmares. Oh my God, that bookcase is going to crush me.
Oh no.
Was it a bookcase?
It's a bit wonky. It was a book. I'm sure it was a bookcase.
Oh, hang on, I've opened a new tab. I didn't want to do that.
Or was it a coffee table?
I don't think a coffee table would have that impact, would it?
I don't know.
Is it a bookcase? How did it happen?
How big a bookcase are we talking here? It must be enormous. And why his brains didn't just get mashed into the ground, I don't know. Flat Stanley. Deed Stanley.
No, right, hang on. Synopsis of the original book. The book recounts the adventures of Stanley Lambchop.
Okay.
Stanley Lambchop, after he's squashed flat by a bulletin board. Isn't that what they used to call internet forums?
A bulletin board, that's a bit of cork. He gets flattened by a bit of cork.
He's
this
a
is
weedy
the most
kid.
bizarre book in the world.
He's a weedy kid. He needs to go and play football or something.
Either that, or what was this bulletin board made of? Titanium, gold, something really heavy.
Yeah, so
It
anyway,
would need to be like an industrial slab.
you'd be like flat G then. Sounds like a musical note. I'm just going to play a flat G.
Don. Oh, hang on. Don, 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 don. There we go. It's tuned. It's a regular G.
So, come on. Let's get down to it. Would you dress in a top hat and cape, hide in an industrial bin, that feels very complicated to say, and jump out on the next person to empty their bin for £40 with a bonus £40 top up if you can hang fire and do it the day before the bins are empty when they're at their mankiest?
So for 80 quid, basically, would I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Thanks for listening.
Would you do us a favour and check back again next week?
And don't forget to find and like us on the socials.
Wid Yi.